TD payment plans represent a fairly unique twist on the buy now, pay later trend because they are built directly into your existing TD Canada Trust credit card account rather than requiring a separate app or a new credit check. When you make an eligible purchase of $100 or more, you essentially have the option to flip that transaction from a revolving debt into a structured installment plan. This is handled entirely through the TD app or EasyWeb, making it a seamless part of your regular banking routine. Instead of the standard interest rates that usually hover around 19.99% to 22.99% on most cards, these plans use a flat percentage-based fee that is determined by the length of time you choose to pay it off. For a 6-month term, you are looking at a 4% one-time fee. If you stretch that to 12 months, the fee moves to 6%, and for an 18-month term, the fee is 8%. While the plan is marketed as having a 0% annual interest rate, it is important to realize that the fee itself functions a lot like interest paid upfront. For example, if you were to finance a $1,000 purchase over 12 months, you would pay a $60 fee, making your total cost $1,060 or about $88.33 per month. If you went with the 18-month option for that same $1,000, the 8% fee would mean you pay $80 in total fees, bringing your monthly payment to $60. The biggest pro here is the massive potential for interest savings compared to a standard credit card balance. If you carried that same $1,000 for a year on a card with 19.99% interest, you would end up paying roughly $200 in interest. By using the 12-month payment plan, you only pay $60, which puts $140 back in your pocket. It also makes budgeting much more predictable because your monthly installment is automatically added to your minimum payment, ensuring the debt is actually gone by the end of the term. Plus, you still get to keep all your TD rewards points or Aeroplan miles on the full purchase amount, and there is no hard credit check to set it up since it uses your existing limit. On the flip side, there are some real drawbacks to consider. Even though it is called 0% interest, that 8% fee over 18 months actually works out to an APR of roughly 10%. It is definitely cheaper than 20%, but it is not free money. Another catch is that the full purchase amount stays on your card and clogs up your available credit. If you have a $5,000 limit and you put $2,000 on a payment plan, you only have $3,000 left for anything else. This can also negatively impact your credit utilization ratio if you are not careful. Perhaps the biggest risk is the missed payment trap. If you miss just one credit card payment, TD can cancel your plan entirely. If that happens, the remaining balance is dumped back onto your regular credit card statement, where it immediately starts racking up interest at that high 19.99% plus rate. It is also worth noting that this feature is currently not available for residents of Quebec, and not every purchase will qualify. Usually, only recent purchases over $100 that have not appeared on a past statement yet will show up as eligible in your app. This tool is a fantastic choice if you have a large, necessary expense like a car repair or a new laptop and you want to lock in a debt payoff plan at a lower cost than standard interest. However, if you have the cash to pay your statement in full, you should never use this because paying in full costs you $0 in fees. It is a smart mathematical move for those already carrying a balance, but it requires discipline to ensure you never miss a payment and trigger those high interest penalties. In summary, TD payment plans are a helpful budgeting tool that can save you significant money on interest for large purchases by using a flat fee of 4%, 6%, or 8% instead of the usual 19.99% APR. However, the risks are real. The plan reduces your available credit and can be canceled instantly if you miss a payment, which would send your balance back to the high-interest revolving cycle. It is best used for essential large purchases rather than impulsive spending.